Hey everyone, I'm Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch and crafting. Today's Thursday, March 30th, 2023. This is video 107. Thanks for joining me. Hello to all my new subscribers and to all of you that watch me and come back every video. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for coming back. So my videos are always about cross stitching. What can you turn your cross stitch into once you're finished with your project? I talk about crochet, I talk about English paper piecing, all kinds of different yarn and fabric crafts, but I love cross stitch. So primarily that's what my video is about today. I will show my progress on an English paper piecing project that I'm working on. It's almost done. And a few crochet blocks I might show. I actually see them, I forgot to grab them. So if I remember, I'll grab those too. I need to get through the video a little bit quick today because I have roofers coming. We have been patching this roof to death, the roof of our house. It has been leaking and leaking. As you know, Southern California has had a ton of rain. It's not something we're used to. We've been in drought conditions for years. Now, is this unusual? Not really. I remember being a kid and a teenager, and it was just pouring for a solid week. And I think we've just all forgotten that this could be a rainy area. And we've been, like I said, in fire and dry drought conditions for so long that this is unusual. So we have had much needed rain, but our houses are suffering from it. So we have patched our house as much as we can, and now it's time, or patch the roof. It's time to get a new roof. So the roofers will be here very soon. I'm going to try and get through as much video as I can before they arrive, because the area that they're working is directly above my head, and it's going to get really loud really fast. So anyway, thanks for joining me again. Let's talk about some cross stitch. Now, whenever designers or fellow YouTubers or friends or anybody needs our help, I'm going to shout it out. There is a website, and it's a really beautiful website, got beautiful reproduction samplers, some of her own designs. Check out barberryrow.com. I'm going to put the link here. She lives in New Zealand, and she has suffered a catastrophic loss due to severe flooding in her area. Everything, her house, her clothing, all of her cross-stitch stuff, everything is gone. And take a look at her website, and maybe if you see a design that you like, show her some love through buying a PDF. PDFs are still available. She had a shop, I believe, in her home, and she used to sell paper charts, and I don't know about fabric and other supplies, but that is not able to happen. The house was destroyed. I don't know if I didn't ask permission to post pictures, but if you go onto her Instagram, Barberry Row, you can see some pictures of some devastation. So let's show Sherilyn, I believe that's the owner, that's her name, of barberryrow.com some love. She is in New Zealand. When you see a PDF, now the PDFs are still available. Obviously, things to ship in the mail are not possible. Everything was destroyed in her home. So if you see a PDF you like, show her some love and stitch it up. It would be, I could imagine she would love that. Not to mention it's going to help her out with funding. And now when you look at one of her charts, say for instance, you see one that's it shows $20. That is New Zealand dollars. And I've been able to kind of figure how much it is for the rest of us. Some of them look awfully high in price. That is New Zealand dollars. And as you guys know, PayPal figures all of that out for us. It will configure it when you buy a pattern. So say you go in to buy a PDF and show some love towards Sherilyn and her husband, $20 might show, and it's always New Zealand dollars. That's about $13 US. It's about $10, or I should say 10 British pounds. And it's about 17 Canadian dollars. So I was trying to figure how much it is. So if you go in and go, wow, these prices are so high, it'll configure into what your your money is. So it is going to be a little bit lower. So, okay, I was on Instagram, moving on. I was on Instagram and I happened to be scrolling around and happened to see the Patchwork Rabbit, which is located in the UK. Now, I believe it was last year I bought one of their mystery boxes, and I was scrolling on Instagram and saw that they are offering a Halloween box. Okay, you guys know I love Halloween. I'm all about Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. So the Patchwork Rabbit has 13 days of a Halloween box. It's available to order now. Being in the US, I had it shipped from the UK with no problem. I thought postage was very affordable. The box though, the contents of the box was fantastic. It was probably one of my favorite boxes that I got that year, and I'm not kidding you, the contents were great. So check it out, Patchwork Rabbit. I'm going to put both those links that I just talked about, Barberry Row website and the Patchwork Rabbit website. I'm going to show that down below in the notes. You'll be able to click on it. So the Patchwork Rabbit, the boxes are available to be ordered now. 13 days of spooky fun. She says it's going to include threads, fabric, your choice between 14 count through 40 count, notions, a mystery pattern from Rebel Stitcher Colleen, and it sounds like a fantastic box. So I wanted to share that with you. It will be shipped. It says ships at the end of September. It actually starts the 19th, so you will have 13 days before Halloween to open something every day and have a surprise in the box. So it's 13 days of Halloween box by Patchwork Rabbit. Okay, let's talk about an experience I had with 123 Stitch. You guys are gonna laugh. Let me just tell you what great customer service I had. Now let me lean forward because I forgot to get the chart. I placed an order back in August, so last summer, August of 2022. So it's been a considerable amount of time has passed. Now I ordered a bunch of Prairie Schooler charts. Now basically the moral of my story is going to be when you receive an order from anybody, it doesn't matter what company you buy from, when you receive your order, make sure you always open your charts. Say you get a chart like I bought. I bought Holly Days by the Prairie Schooler. Always, always open your chart. Because, so I got the order from 123 Stitch back in August. I didn't look at the inside, like I wasn't ready to stitch it. I put it in my Prairie Schooler stack and I thought I'll stitch it later. So a couple days ago, I reached for my chart and thought, I'm gonna stitch this. I love this snowman right here. I'm gonna stitch him. So I get my fabric, I get my threads, and I open it up and I'm like, this chart's a little hard to read. It's blank. There's nothing in it. I laughed so hard and I thought it was so funny because I'm like, wait, it's a little blank. What I should have done is anytime you get an order from anybody, open your chart, make sure it's readable. Make sure that there's no printing problems. Make sure that it's not empty. Whew, this chart's hard to read. Anyway, I called 123 Stitch. While I'm talking to you, I need to grab my background board. So anyway, I called 123 Stitch and I talked to a girl. I told her, let me know if the time frame is too ridiculous because I totally understand. It's my fault. I should have opened my order and I should have looked at all my stuff. So, and they wouldn't have known. They're packaging charts and stuff and looks good to me, right? And so I called her up and she was so nice. And I said, here's what happened. I placed the order. I had my order number ready. I was able to find it online and said, just wanted to let you know, but this chart is blank. And she goes, no problem. She goes, in the future, she goes, anytime you receive an order, just make sure and open your charts. There is also a problem right now with the brand new Stacy Nash chart. If you happen to get the one with the chickens on the front, I don't know if it's called Chicken Coop. I can't think of the name of it, but it's got some chickens on the front. It's got a basket on the very top. And anyway, open up that chart specifically because there were some printing problems with that chart. If you open it up, you'll see I don't think it's smeared, but I think it's a printing problem where it's not readable. Contact the shop that you bought it from and they will make it right. No doubt about it. I did see a post from Stacy Nash herself on Instagram. And so take a look at that chart. Take a look at all your charts because it could be something like this that you just think, oh, it's perfect. It looks great. Open it up and double check because you never know. And that's what 123 Stitch said. Anytime you get an order, make sure you take a look at your charts and let us know right away. And they were more than generous with mailing me a brand new chart. I even asked, do you want me to mail it back? And she's like, no, it's okay. We believe you. No problem. And so it was really cool that she did that, because my fault altogether for not checking and letting so much time pass between August and now. It's a long time. So awesome, awesome service from 123 Stitch. Okay. We are having a stitch along. Now, as you guys know, I have a Facebook group that is currently closed. If you're interested in joining, you can always email me. And our group is just so, we have such a great group of people. There's a lot of people in the group. And I had it closed because I didn't want like just this massive group. I like that friendships have developed. I love that we have a Zoom stitching room where you can go in any time of day, 24 hours a day, stitch with friends from around the world. We have people from Australia, we have Europe, the UK, lots of us from Canada and the United States. So it's a great, great group. But my Facebook group, we have someone special in it named Josh. And Josh has decided he wants to do a stitch along in my group for anyone interested in stitching something from the Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut book. Now, I have picked mine. I'm excited, and I'm going to do it on purple fabric. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've had laryngitis again. I always have problems with my voice. This is the one that I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it on purple. The witch with the black cat here. I love it on purple. I also like it on tan. But I really like that purple fabric. So I'm joining in Josh's stitch along. It's anything that you want to stitch in this book. Join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as you guys know, I stitched, here's the big sampler on the front. I took one motif from the sampler here, and I'll show you again what I stitched. I took the house and I stitched just the house, the ghost, and the bats. That was finished several months ago, but it was so fun to do. So even though you have a giant sampler, you don't have to stitch the whole thing. Just like I did, I just took the house out here and decided to stitch it, and I'm going to make it into an ornament. So if you happen to have this book and you're interested in joining a stitch along, stop into my Facebook group is Stitching and then numbers 911. You're more than welcome, but you got to send me an email because, like I said, it is closed right now. Anyway, send me an email that you want to join. We'd love to have you participate. It's any chart in this book, stitch along. And thanks so much, Josh, for putting that together. It does start April 1st. And his theory is the end of April is 6 months before Halloween. So we have 6 months to finish it. Actually, you can finish it when you want, but that's my goal. I'm going to join Josh with that goal and try and get that done before then. I'm sure I will. It's not that big, so... Okay. Oh, and Josh, I wanted to mention he is Josh Baum Fiber Arts on Instagram. And like I said, any chart in that book. Let's talk about some floss tubers. Now, I don't get a chance to watch a lot of YouTube. I try to. And lately, like I said, we've been so busy with this house, with things going on, doctor appointments for me and my husband, and we've just been so busy. So I finally got to sit down and watch 3 new to me YouTubers, and I want to shout them out real quick. James, the PH Stitcher. He is located in the Philippines. He is so much fun to watch. The reason why I wanted to mention James is that he was doing Fancy Lady February. And I thought, why didn't I know about this back in February? Because I would have pulled out my Mirabilia. So on the last video that I was watching that James showed, or that he uploaded, he happened to mention Fancy Lady February. Now, I don't know if that was his idea or someone else's, but James showed some of his fancy ladies that he works on. Now, we're talking Mirabilia, Bella Filipina, all the lavender and lace, gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful ladies. And I just thought that was so cool. Fancy Lady February. How cool is that? Next time I will join him in his monthly stitch along. So while he was talking about that, I thought, you know, I'm going to show James and you guys my fancy lady, and this is her progress. So this is Miss Cherry Blossoms by Mirabilia. I have not worked on her in a while, and I don't know why. Let's see if I can get some better lighting. I really like her. I think she's so beautiful. I've got a lot of progress. All I have to do is the rest of her dress down here, and then I can start the beading. So I'm going to show her up close so you guys can see the umbrella. Her face is so beautiful. You can see the krennic, the shininess in her hair. It's a little shadowy, so for some reason, I'm not getting my lighting right today. Oh gosh, I can't move that with my dumb arm. Anyway, she's so pretty. That's better light right there. You can see the krennic in her hair, but I wanted to show my fancy lady and get her out and work on her so that I can get more progress back in the dress. And anyway, so lots of people had asked to see this, and I thought, you know what, I think I'll show it. There's my fancy lady February. So once I get her done, I really, there's a Bella Filipina Cleopatra that I want to do. There's so many more that I want to do, and I need to get her done first though before I start another one. So anyway, check out James the PH Stitcher. He does a good job. He was talking in his last video that he wants to put pictures on the back. He just hasn't had a chance. He does Al Forest. He does full coverage. He's doing one right now that is called Bird Garden, I think. It's a full coverage. It will blow you away. The quality of the cross stitch, the picture is gorgeous. So check him out. The other two that I watched Christine Stitching in the Burrow, B-O-R-O. And Christine lives in Tennessee. I enjoyed her videos because she talks a lot about full coverage. She does one right now that's a vintage Christmas portrait that is fantastic. I'm all about this vintage Santa. It's so pretty. Told in a Garden. She has a space one that she's doing that's really beautiful. Prairie Schoolers. So she does a lot. Lots of full coverage though, and it's just gorgeous. So check out Christine Stitching in the Burrow. And Kimberly, the other one I watched was Kimberly, that one Stitcher 171. Now she does a lot of different things too. Twin Peak Primitive. She has a beautiful elephant finish that she shows on her last video. Video number 3, she finished Strawberry Fair by October House. It's got that big berry on the front. Anyway, check out Kimberly, that one Stitcher 171. I like shouting these guys out because I love new floss tubers. I love watching them, and you know, it feels good to have, it feels good to just watch and see what someone else is doing, what other kind of projects. So, okay, let's talk about giveaway winners. Like I said, I'm trying to move a little bit fast so that way I can get as much as I can covered in this video. Giveaways, we had several from the last video. I did a random YouTube comment picker that randomly chooses through all of your comments. We had certain words that you had to put in your comments in order to win that particular giveaway. And we have some winners. So let me shout these out real quick. The Ghost. We had the Ghost from JBW Designs. The winner is Suzette Miller. Congratulations, Suzette. Send me an email. I'm going to post my email here so you guys have it. Send me an email. I'll get it out to you. Next, we had Stony Creek. This is one that I really want to get started on. I love this blue Santa with his animals. I am all about animals, and you guys know that. Woodland Santa is by Stony Creek. The winner is Shaman Carmichael. So Shaman, get a hold of me, and congratulations on winning. Next, we have 14 count Ada. This is a beautiful, it is called Country Mocha. And it's, I got this from sandrastitchstash.com, another hidden gem. Great website for fabric, for good prices. So this is a 14 count piece, 18 by 21. The winner of the 14 count is Carol Thorne. Carol, congratulations. Next, we have Stormy Cloud. Now, this is an amazing fabric, Ada. And the last video I gave out some higher count. So this video I wanted to give out some Ada. This is 18 count. It's 18 by 27, Stormy Cloud. And the winner of Stormy Cloud is Desiree Feister. Congratulations, Desiree. Next, we have the Evertote project bag. Your keyword was leaves. This is a beautiful bag from evertotes.ca up in Canada. There's something else in it. I think it's one of the thread keepers. The winner of the Evertote bag is Mary Avu. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Avu. Congratulations, Mary. I'm going to send you this bag as soon as I hear from you. And the scissor bag. Let me put this back in so it stays nice and clean. The scissor bag. This is an absolutely beautiful bag. It's from Pinky Promises store on Etsy. Thank you, Wanda, for donating this to a winner. I mean, just look at that bag. It's quilted, good quality, beautiful. This goes to Melanie Johnson. Congratulations, Melanie. Send me a message and I will get this bag to you. Let's talk about some finishes that I got back from Vonna Pfeiffer. I stitched it up and she finished it for me. So let's talk about 'Tis Autumn by Calico Confectionary. They are located on Etsy. And here's my finish. Isn't he just something? This was so much bigger than I imagined stitching wise. When I saw the chart, I thought, oh, I'm going to pull this. I'll get it done in a few days. Oh my gosh, this was a lot more stitching than I realized. Lots of stitching in the jacket and the pants and the autumn sign. This is all stitched. So this finish, like I said, I sent my cross stitch piece to Vonna Pfeiffer. She made it into a little pillow. I think it is just adorable. I like the leaves at the bottom. I think everything about this is just so pretty. It's so fall and it's just, I love it. So as you can see, Vonna made it into a pillow. She used some rickrack on the side. I think that's called rickrack on the side. Really pretty backing fabric. And this is my finish. It's so shadowy today. The colors are just bad. It's a little overcast today. Anyway, 'Tis Autumn by Calico Confectionary. I'm going to show him up close so you can get a better idea of what he looks like in the light. Like I said, it's so shadowy today. And I just thought the bottom was so pretty, but wow, there's a lot of stitches in this. I used DMC and the fabric I believe is Hemingway. Yes, 40 count Hemingway. Very cute. I'm so happy with this finish. I think she did a beautiful, beautiful job. As you guys know, Vonna Pfeiffer, she does free tutorial videos on YouTube. If you look up Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, she can show you exactly how to make something like this. They're hidden gem videos. I am able to make something like this because of her. So anyway, check her out. I'll link her down below. And that's my number one. That's my finish number one. Finish number two. Oh my gosh, it's so fantastic. I can't even tell you guys. Remember Tiny Town Halloween? I gave it as a giveaway because I was finished with the chart. And Tiny Town was stitched flat. It was about this big on a piece of 32 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. So when I showed you guys, it was about this big on a piece of fabric. Vonna turned it into a drum. Look at this drum. It's my first drum. I'm so excited. Let me see if I can see if you can see this a little bit better. So here's the seam. This is where it starts. Wait, let's go. Where does it start? Here. Okay, so it starts here. And she made this into the most adorable drum. And I'll show it around real slow so you guys can see. It came with 2 buttons. There's button number 1 right here. And button number 2 is coming up at the end. There it is, right there. Isn't this just something? It's my very first drum. It's nice and heavy. It's sturdy. It sits on a table, and it's one of the prettiest drums I've ever seen. I think it's just so beautiful. So I'm real happy with how it came out. Here's the top. So you can just put a fabric top like she did. Here's the bottom. Feels like some good heavy cardstock inside for the base. But anyway, that's Tiny Town. That little owl is just so cute. That little dotted pumpkin. Little pink pumpkin. I like him. So again, this is by Heart and, it's by Heart and Hand, and it's called Halloween Tiny Town. This is just something. I think it's my favorite finish that she sent me. It was fun to stitch. I enjoyed it. I did mess up on this pumpkin stack here. If you look in your chart, you're going to see the chart there's a page break. So in the page break, there's 2 pages. She specifically tells you to pay attention, and I didn't. So when I stitched this here, this pumpkin here had 3 eyes. And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, why does he have 3 eyes? So I had to pick him out and start all over again. Anyway, Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. It's Halloween Tiny Town. And I love it. I just love it. This is probably one of my favorite finishes I've ever done. And that Vonna has done, is done for me. But isn't that cute? I have also seen this laid flat as a flat, like a flat stand-up. Very, very cute. So anyway, couldn't wait to show this to you guys because it's just, like I said, one of my favorite things that she did. Okay, let's talk about new starts and things that I finished while stitching wise. So I did start another Bristol Berry. Bristol Berry is by Erica Michaels Designs. I have decided to try and go to the Bristol Retreat in Phoenix. It's coming up in June. So sign-ups should be coming out pretty soon. So Bristol Berry 2, I did the one with the bee on it because I wanted it to be for the Bristol Retreat, to remind me of the Bristol Retreat, and here it is. I stitched this with cranberry. I thought I had a oh, here it is. Cranberry is by Belsois. It is a silk, really, really pretty silk. Very slight variegation. So you can see there's some dark and some light. This is on 40 count Cafe au lait fabric. And it's so pretty. You can't see the variegation that well, but there is light and dark color. No, you can't see it that well. A little bit better right there. You can see the light and the dark. Anyway, this is going to be folded into a round and then made into a little strawberry. I don't think you can see it back here. There was some pictures in the beginning of the video of some strawberries. That's these right here. I've got a whole collection in a dough bowl. And those are made of fabric. I do have one Bristol Berry right there. You can't see it that well though. Anyway, so that's finished and it will be turned in, next time you see it, it'll be turned into a brand new little strawberry. Super cute. So that's a new start and a finish. Only took me a couple days to do. Okay, the next new start is from the Kris Kringle book, Prairie Schooler book, and it's all kinds of different Santas. I chose the blue Santa at the top. He's holding a red cardinal. This is from book number 62 by Prairie Schooler. Kris Kringle just got started a couple days ago, so there's not much progress. Again, 20 count vintage country mocha. And I'm going to make him into a little ornament once he's done. I think you were able to see, let me show him up close. There he is, up close, blue. I wanted something blue. I wanted different Santas from around, like different worldwide Santas. So I chose the blue. I think he's going to be really, really pretty. And that's my start. I just started him day before yesterday, maybe. I've only worked on him maybe 1.5 days. So not much progress. But he'll be done the next time you see him. I'm just using DMCs. Okay, next on the list is one of my favorites. It's a full coverage. It's called Colors of the Orient. And it's by Historische Stickmuster. They are a German company, and this is so pretty. I wish the light was a little better. Oh, that's better. The stars really shine. The thread is beautiful. This is on 40 count. I think it's 40 count. Yep. And I'm using Soie d'Alger silks. But again, this is called Colors of the Orient. It is almost full coverage. The only area is the white stripe. See the stripe going through? That area is not stitched. Otherwise, it would be a full coverage piece. Really pretty. I'm going to insert a picture because I don't have it with me. Oh, I do. It's right here. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. So pretty. Now, when this is done, the top of the domes of the cathedral or of the mosque is going to be in gold treasure braid, I believe, or gold krennic. So it's going to be shiny. And I don't think it's the whole dome. I think it's maybe like the outline right here, and outlines up in here will be shiny right there, the stripe. So I think that's going to be so beautiful. But here's what it looks like as a whole. And then you can see the stitches are so small that it is just, it's very, very heavy stitching. She has also got colors of Venice, I think, and colors of the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. She's got colors of different countries. And it's going to be beautiful. Like I said, the stars show a lot prettier in better lighting. Colors of the Orient. Historische Stickmuster. Beautiful. Okay, next we have Anne McFarland, 1827 by the Wishing Thorn. This is the spooky sampler that I think looks spooky. Let me take this out. It looks like abandoned buildings or something. And when I'm stitching it, I'm always thinking like there's people looking out the window. I'm so weird. Anyway, this is the name, Anne McFarland Sampler 1827 by the Wishing Thorn. And this is what it looks like as a whole. It is so unique. It's so different. The called for colors are a blue, like a dark blue. I chose black sulky thread on 40 count. 40 count is not everyone's favorite to use sulky on. Sulky thread is a little bit more thick, but this particular fabric works, and I really like the stark black of the thread. So this is XJute Design fabric. It is called Marble Pointer, and you can see the pretty marbling without being too much. So Anne McFarland, 1827. I started in the top left corner. That's where I just like to start. And you can see top left corner there. And that's my progress. So yeah, normally I wouldn't use sulky for 40 count. It's a little bit too thick, but for some reason on this fabric, it really seems to work. I did finish the trees. I got started on the house, and I did get this part done too. And down in here, I got all that done. So, you know, some good progress. I'll keep working on this, and I'll show you the progress next time. Really, really pretty. Okay, next I'm going to show you a picture of a long dog sampler I've been working on. It's called Beauty Spot Sampler. All the motifs are outlined in black, and it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. So I got a lot of good progress on this. This is a lot of heavy stitching here. This is the start of a mushroom cap. You can see the tall mushrooms coming. But anyway, I'm going to finish down in here, the stem of the mushroom. The more color I add to this, I'm going to show you just up close so you can see how beautiful these colors are. The prettier the sampler becomes. It's just so pretty. The colors of thread, I'm using DMC. I thought I had the threads here. Oh, I do. The threads on this are so pretty. They're DMC, and they're just these bright, beautiful colors. So you can see how bright and beautiful these colors really are. There's some purple in here, in the middle, somewhere in the middle. Just so, so pretty. Oh, here we go. This is better. So now you can get a look at some of those beautiful purples and blues and anyway, pinks. It's just such a gorgeous sampler when it's all together. I'm having so much fun on this. I'm going to continue and keep working on it. I think these mushrooms are going to be so much fun once they're done. So I'll keep working on it and show you progress next time. Okay, last but not least, for the cross stitching part of it, we have Lantern Lane by Little House Needleworks. Now, this is the one that I chose a completely different fabric. Let me get out the chart. This is the chart here. It was stitched on tan. When I pulled the colors for Lantern Lane, it was really hard to get the colors to show. Now, as you can see on the chart here, you can't see it, but there's snow down here. There's also a walkway, a path between the gates. You can't see it. Like, I like my colors to really show up. I want that snow to show up. So I chose a darker fabric. It's an unknown color. It's just a one-of-a-kind Leo and Roxy. It's called Roxy Floss Company by Evertotes. It's available on Evertotes. Now, this fabric is a one-of-a-kind. It's not available. It does not have a name. But I really like the veins. You can see some of the veins on the top here. And down in here. Without being too much, I really, really like this. This is on 46 count. Again, it's Roxy Floss Company by Evertotes, but it is not available. It was a one-of-a-kind color. And I'm using DMC and some Belle Soie silk. The silk is on the roof, and the silk is on the paint color of the house, the red. And I think it's coming out really pretty, but look how well you can see the snow. That's what I like about this, is that the snow is going to really stand out compared to being stitched on tan. Now, I've seen some people switch to a tan that's a little darker and it looks really, really good. I think it's Melanie Watkins from Soulful Stitching. She's doing, hers is gorgeous. You got to check her out too. Hers is gorgeous. Her video was what I was watching when I saw this and thought, I need to stitch this too. So anyway, it's like I said, I don't like that this didn't show up. So I switched to a darker fabric, and I think I'm really loving this. The more I get done, the more beautiful it is. So that's Lantern Lane, Little House Needleworks. Next. Okay, let's talk about two quick things. Remember the St. Patrick's mat that I was working on? This is on my sewing machine, except for the two end pieces. The piece here that stretches along here is applique, and here is laser cut pieces for applique. So you make this each end, and then you quilt together. You do this part here, and you quilt the whole thing. I screwed this up. It turns out there was a lot of reasons why I screwed the middle part up. This kit is, I think it's still available, shabbyfabrics.com. Now, anyway, there was a couple of reasons why I screwed it up. One, my 1/4 inch seam is completely off. I bought a new foot for my sewing machine. I've had a lot of good friends help me out with this. Got a new foot for my sewing machine, and now I can see spot on where my 1/4 inch seam is. So because I screwed up so much fabric in here, the seams won't line up. Nothing about it will line up. But I don't want to ditch it. So what I did is I saved these parts here. I saved the ends, and I have new fabric here. I'm just going to create something small and make a little mat for my table. So what I've done so far is I appliqued this, and you peel off the back, you stick it on, you iron it, and now it's fused. But you still have to stitch it on to keep it together. So what I did is I hand appliqued all of this together, and it's ready to go. It's ready to be stitched onto something. It's going to be a little mat. All I have to do is do the second piece just like this, and then think of something to put in the middle to connect the two, if that makes sense. So anyway, this is appliqued. It's finished. I did it all by hand, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. So that's not going to, it started as a ditch, but it came back to life. I just need to think of something for the middle part to connect those two ends. Next, last but not least on progress, my English paper piecing. So you guys know I love Halloween. I love creepy. I love spooky fabric. I love skulls and ravens and creepy people. So here's my English paper piecing. I have about 50. I'm having trouble holding stuff up today. My arm's bugging me a little bit today. So I have about 50 plus hexagons stitched together. Doesn't that look amazing? I'm going to show you guys up close. My goal is to make a mat, about a 13 by maybe 13 mat to take with me to retreats, put it down in front of me so I can put my stitching supplies on top of the mat. So let me show you up close. We've got some bats. We've got a raven here, just some squiggly stuff. We've got creepy trees, creepy bats, creepy spider webs, creepy gates, another raven, a creepy lady, a spider, a skull, another spider web here, and parts of a house, a haunted house part, more ravens. I love this. This has been so much fun. I love the bats up in here, more gates. So anyway, 50 plus hexagons are put together now. And all I need to do, I'm working, as you can see, on squaring it off. And now I just got to fill in here, square it off over here. And I'll have myself a mat to take to retreats. Then once this is done, I take out the backs. Right now I've got the pieces of paper still inside, as you can see. And English paper piecing is just about getting a shape, folding over some fabric, either stitching it or gluing it. I like the glue. It comes off super easy. You just peel it back. So once I'm done piecing all the little tiny pieces of fabric that I have folded over the hexagon, I sewed them together. Once I'm done, then I'm going to take these papers out, iron it real good, and then quilt it. Just put some batting and a background fabric, and I'll be ready to go. So anyway, that's been a lot of fun. I wanted to definitely show you this. Next time you see it, it'll be all squared up, ready to go. Let's talk about plans. So as you guys know, it is the birthday month, and I am starting this new chart tomorrow. This is a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. I am stitching this with my friend Bettina. We're going to stitch this together. She primarily stitches, what's the word, monogamous stitching, where you stitch on one project. But this is a huge one, so she may want to take some breaks and stitch on something else. But it is massive. It is a full coverage piece. I am using silks. I'm going to use Soie d'Alger silks, and I can't wait to get started. This is going to be a fantastic piece. Birthday start. I can't wait. Okay, let's talk about some stash. How are we doing on time? Let's show a little bit of stash. I have become obsessed with Chantel 141. Now, if you're wondering what is Chantel 141, it is an Etsy shop. And what she does is she tries to help you with finishing your cross stitch. What can you do when you finish your cross stitch? What do you turn it into? So some of the things that she has done are items that you can buy, really good quality wood that you can put your cross stitch around and now, or mount on. And now you've got yourself, I wish I had some examples. In the next video, I'll show you more examples with some pictures. I'm going to ask her if I can show some of her pictures on my video. But check out Chantel 141 on Etsy. I'll show her here. You'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. If you take a look, it makes finishing so much easier. Like, there's a lot of us that maybe don't do a lot of sewing and don't do a lot of things. She'll help you with, like, giving you ideas on how to finish your cross stitch easier and how do you display it. So couple of the things that I've got, I was gifted, are thread holders to hold my threads. Now this can also be, now you can use this to hold your thread colors. Very, very, very good quality wood, very thick. However, you can also use this as a cross stitch finish. If you had, say, a circular finish and you wanted to paint this, you could easily make this into the most adorable finish with a circular cross stitch. And Vonna Pfeiffer's got the tutorials I mentioned, you could easily mount this on something that's already cut out, made of wood, good quality, to mount on your cross stitch. That's an idea. Or for those of you that do like to put your floss colors, your thread colors, this is a good idea for that too. I see this being used for several things, especially finishing a circular cross stitch. Same with this one. This one has a Santa on the back, but I think that finishing something circular on it would be super cute. Or you can use it for thread colors. So I got these. Okay, the next thing that I got from Chantelle 141, she was selling different sizes of circle, very good quality, thick wood circles. And she lists the size of the circle on each one of these. Now, why did I get this? Because I want to try finishing some of my cross stitches into circular finishes. I don't think, oh, I do. I have circular finishes right here. That's a deer, and the top one is a raccoon up there. Those were done in a circle. Now, my big thing is, well, if I'm doing a circle, how do I know how big it is? And I want something sturdy to trace around. I don't want it moving on me. I want something that I can trace a circle, and then I can actually either cut out some cardstock, say a piece of cardstock that I can fold my cross stitch over and make it into something I can frame or make it into something. So I'm going to use this as an example. This is a size 3.5. I can get some heavy duty cardstock, cut out a circle, and this is just an example, but I can use this as an example of what I want to use, what the size that I want to make my cross stitch. Say this is already a cut out piece of cardstock. I can now take this and I can make it into a circular. Now this is just going to be kind of not very professional looking, but you can make it and mount it on a piece of, let's try this one, on a piece of cardstock. Once you cut it out, now you can completely fold it around using Vonna's tutorial. Don't look at how I'm doing this. I'm just trying to show you an example. But now I've got a circle finish that I can, once it's finely tuned, like I said, this is very, very basic. I can now put it around the cardstock that I've now cut out because I've got the perfect size. And these are so thick that it's not going to shift on me, and it's sturdy. So now I've got a cross stitch finish. Again, you're not going to have these points. It's going to look really nice. And I can either mount it in a globe, like that's a snow globe. You can put it in a frame. You can hang it as an ornament. You can do all kinds of things. And then you can also put, like I just showed you with this finish here, the rickrack. You could put something like this around the edge here and then make yourself a little hanger. So I just wanted to give you an example. This is kind of a bad example with, using the cross stitch thing, but now you get an example of what I would use these for. Lay it down on a piece of cardstock, trace around it, whatever size you want, and then cut it out. And you've got a good glue some cardstock together. You've got a good sturdy circle for a finish. So that's why I bought these. I wanted these in different sizes, and I got that from Chantelle 141. Some of the other things that I've been buying are hoops. I've been obsessed with these wooden hoops. Now, a lot of you guys know, if you've seen some of my Instagram pictures or stories on Instagram, I use a lime green hoop that is plastic. I have used that hoop since I was 16 years old. I kid you not. It has been the best hoop in the world. But what happens if it breaks? I need a backup plan. I can't just have one hoop. As much cross stitching as I do, I need some backup plans. So I have found some hoops on eBay that I really like. I've shown some Nerge hoops that I've used in the past. I've shown some other brands, but I ended up getting a couple of Duchess hoops. Are they Duchess? Well, look at it, Stace. They are Duchess hoops. And they are I really like them. They've got felt, really nice felt lining. Now, I found these on eBay. Sometimes the felt inside is really chewed up and old. I don't buy those. It's the felt that holds it real taut. And I really like these hoops. I like the 7-inch. I did get a small for a smaller. And then I got a Gibbs to try. I've never tried an older Gibbs. And this one happens to be a Duchess as well, I think. Yep, a Duchess hoop. I've never had an oval hoop, so I thought, well, let's try that too. But I'm really enjoying these older hoops. I find that they keep my fabric really tight, and that's what I like, is real tight fabric. So just in case my poor lime green hoop, you know, dies someday, at least I have some backup plans. So I got a few hoops. I did get some charts off of Stash Unloading. I got some Prairie Schoolers that I'd never seen before that I thought was really fun. This one is called Designer Series Trick or Treat. I've never seen a Prairie Schooler orange. But anyway, these are just so pretty. I really like that owl and that house with the, oh, I love everything about that house. I would like to just do the house, the moon, and the tree. I think that would be real. I don't want to really do this outside border. But anyway, I think the house, this would be the cutest ornament right here. And even down here would be cute too. So anyway, this is the first one. It's called Trick or Treat. I don't see a book number on it. It's kind of older. So I got that. Then I got Nursery Rhymes 2. It is Wee Willie Winkle Runs Through the Town and Little Bo Peep. Nursery Rhymes 2. It is book 30. So here's what it looks like. She's so cute, Mary, no, Little Bo Peep. Very, very cute. So I got that. I'd love to just do this house right here in the middle. I got A Christmas Visit by the Prairie Schooler, book 48. The Stash Unloading group is on Facebook. It's called Stash Unloading Cross Stitch Only. And then I've got Prairie Schooler Christmas miniatures, little miniature that you can put on a wooden tag. I don't have my tags with me right now, but I'll show you next video. You could put little tiny pictures just like this on a tag, paint it maybe white or paint it a different color, and then put this, mount this on the front. It would be adorable as a little Christmas ornament. And last but not least, this is a different one, Punch and Judy. I don't know why I like this so much, but I did. Punch and Judy. It's book, it doesn't have a book 7. Isn't that cute? Punch and Judy. I got more fabric. I got Oaken. Oaken is a really pretty color. It's a, isn't that pretty? I don't even need my whiteboard. You can tell how pretty it is. Big old cut of Oaken. My favorite color that I just showed on my Bristol Berry that I finished is Cranberry. This is one of my favorite silks. Classic Colorworks, Belle silk, really pretty. So I got a couple of those from, I believe it was from 123 Stitch. I got 3 charts from Calico Confectionary. I got Love, Tokens of Love, the little cherubs in that pretty little basket. Those are so cute. Calico Confectionary is on Etsy. Next, I got the Love chart. Now, what I would do with this, I don't want to do it all together. I want to do them separate as really small little mini pillows for my tiered tray and dough bowl, a different dough bowl. That would be really cute for a display. This one I especially like. I would make a long pillow out of it. I think that's just so cute for a dough bowl. Calico Confectionary. The next one I got is Loads of Love. These are much prettier. The blue stands out a lot more. My printer doesn't really show how pretty this is, but it's kind of a turquoise blue and pink. I think it's so pretty. So I got those, were on sale, so I got those. So the other thing I got was some St. Patrick's fabric. So I was trying to match something like this. Kind of just something that I can make in the middle to connect the 2 applique ends that I told you about a few minutes ago. Well, I ended up getting some fabric off of Primrose Cottage on Etsy. That's the name, Primrose Cottages. Cottages? Yeah. On Etsy. They have fabric, they have buttons, they have seasonal buttons. So I ended up getting some of the prettiest buttons. Really pretty pack of Christmas buttons. I got a really pretty pack of St. Patrick's buttons. Aren't those pretty? They're so pretty in person. And I got some more shamrocks that weren't so shiny. I wanted shiny. And then I wanted, oops, I dropped the one I wanted. Then I wanted muted, more of a muted color. So I got some buttons, and then I got fabric. This is a bundle of fabric, and the colors don't match. Now I can use this for finishing St. Patrick's Day. Sorry, the roofers are here and the dogs are going crazy. Anyway, these are beautiful colors. Absolutely. Really pretty bundle pack that I can use for finishing my cross stitch. I can make it into a little pillow. This can be my background. However, I was hoping that it would look good in the center here, and it just doesn't match. It's just, I don't have the thing with the end with me, but these are so much brighter of a green, and this just doesn't go with it. I mean, I guess maybe it would, but I wanted a brighter green, so I ordered some more fabric from shabbyfabrics.com. Okay, let's talk about a few giveaways. I forgot to show you. So the applique piece that I just showed, these are the thread colors to applique with. That shiny gold for the pot of gold. And these are sulky threads. Sulky for hand applique, 50 weight, 50 weight. So I wanted to show you those colors because they're such pretty thread colors. Okay, let's start with giveaways for this video. Remember, you have to be 18. Please don't say the word giveaway or free or prize down in the comments below. You're going to go down. You're going to say, I'm interested in this particular one. I live in South Carolina. I live in New South Wales, Australia. Put where you live, just the general areas, in case we get 2 winners with the same name like that happened that one day. So let's talk about today's giveaways. Number 1, we have Sulky Thread Pack. This is beautiful. This is cross stitch weight. It is 12 weight sulky thread. It is comparable to 2 DMC, so it runs a little bit thick. And it's, like I said, it's like having 2 DMC threads together. So pretty. So put, I'm interested in the sulky pack. I live in wherever you live. You're more than welcome to enter for more than one. Giveaway number 2 is 32 count cedar fabric. Isn't that so pretty? Now, in the past couple videos, I've done high count, very, very high count fabric giveaways. 56 count, 46, 40. Last video I did 14 and 18 count. So let's do some 32 count. That is such a pretty color. Your keyword is going to be cedar. That's the name of it. C-E-D-A-R. Color and Cotton 32 count cedar. Next giveaway is Color and Cotton 32 count Granny Apple. That's pretty. That's a good color right there. Put that you're interested in, oh, it's called Granny Smith. Just put green fabric. That'd make it easy. I'm interested in the green fabric. 32 count. Next, from the Fat Quarter Shop, we have February stackables. Put February. Fat Quarter Shop has also sent us for giveaways Florence. Isn't she cute? If you're interested, put that you're interested in Florence. Very, very cute. These are both cross stitch. Okay, these are giveaways. And also from the Fat Quarter Shop for quilters, they wanted me to give away something for those who like to quilt. I have a package. that I'm going to put together, all 3 of these together with some other goodies for any quilter that's interested in these patterns. This is the first one. Isn't that pretty? It's called Home Again. That's beautiful. Next we have Freesia. Isn't that a pretty pattern? And the last one, Autumn Skies. These are all available on the Fat Quarter Shop. They sent these to you guys for giveaways. This is going to come as a whole pack. So one winner will receive all of these, and just put that you're interested in the quilting patterns. And that's today's video, you guys. I will see you in a couple of weeks, and I'll have an update for you. We'll talk about more crafting, more cross stitch. I will show you the stuff that I got, the charts that I got from Market, along with some other things that I got in the mail as well. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time.